talk about revolution, a false sense of security. Talk about freedom and what this means to me. Talk about free speech and what that free speech means. Talk about free will and what free will means to me. The only thing they mostly care about is to lose change in their back pockets. Talk about the gangbang and the amount of coke they use in 1 week. Or you pick the pieces of the blank generation that live in our streets. And they're glad rags in the things they call rock and roll. Talk about the coke they've had in 1 week or in 1 year. The investment they've made, tax free at 17%. And they put some horse's neck to end the working week. They say that the drug of choice is like a vintage bottle of wine. Just whack it up your nose and see the sparks fly. These say that the amount that they use gives them a headache, toothache and nosebleeds. And a funny nose to boot. You need to take something to take the runny nose away. Everyone knows this thing is a setup. Oh, holy smoke, even the young and old. But the national state and the ruling classes win. I myself don't have a problem with that. I never get taken in like a fool, only sometimes. As you know, fair play, no rules in money is king. With little pieces of sin thrown in. Every corner shop, every street corner, you've guessed it. We hear them say, they're here to fool you, fool us all. They say they're doing it, the things for the nation, while their hands are in each other's pockets. This is their peace, man, and far out. And what planet are you on? While they sing, you singing verses of hey ho rock and roll. While they're in each other's pockets, counting each other's finances, hey ho rock and roll. While they say to the nation that they're only smoke roll-ups, hey ho rock and roll. While behind the scenes they're shopping for the usual stuff. They're always entertaining with them to sing and saying hey ho rock and roll. I'm a man, so he knows the real truth. And I've always enjoyed a good bit of, what do you call this thing? You know it's called good old rock and roll. That's it. You want to do it again? I don't know if you get into it really, I don't know. I'll try to do it better than that. Okay. Rock and roll revolution. I've heard this thing, I've been told this is really stupid. This thing called rock and roll. You say you like it, this thing called rock and roll. There's circumstances, there's phallic feelings. They say they do, the drugs, this thing called rock and roll. Sounds and the people in it to give us a false loyalty, security. Talk about revolution, false sense of security. Talk about freedom and what this means to me. Talk about free speech, what free speech means. Talk about free will and what free will means to me. The only thing they mostly care about is to lose change in their back pockets. They talk about the gangbang and the amount of coke that they use in 1 week. Or they pick the pieces of the blank generation that live in our streets. And they're glad rags in this thing they call rock and roll. Talk about the coke they've had in 1 year and the investment they've made, tax free at 17%. With some horse's neck to end the working week. They say their drug of choice is like a vintage bottle of champagne. Just whack it up your nose and see the sparks fly. I've heard them say the amount that they use gives the headache, toothache and nosebleeds and a runny nose to boot. You need to take something to take the runny nose away. Everyone knows that this is a setup. Oh holy smoke, even the young and old. Well, the national state and the ruling classes win. I myself don't have a problem with that. I never get taken in like a fool, only sometimes. As you know, fair play, no rules in money is king, with a little piece of sin thrown in. Every corner shop, every street corner, you've guessed it. We hear them say, they're here to fool us all. They say they're doing things for the nation and doing things for the young. Well, their hands are in each other's pockets. This is said and peace, man, and far out. And what planet are you on? Well, they're singing you verses of hey ho rock and roll. While they're in each other's pockets, counting each other's finances, hey ho rock and roll. Well, they say to the nation that they only smoke roll-ups, hey-ho rock and roll, while behind the scenes they're shipping for the usual stuff. You've guessed it, crack cocaine as per usual. They're always entertaining with them singing and saying hey-ho rock and roll. I'm a man, so he knows the real truth, the real world, and I always enjoy a good old bit of what you call this thing, you know, it's called good old rock and roll. That's it. Try another one. Yeah, I'm just looking at the universe. I'll find that. It's in here. The dawn. This dawn. I reach into the dawn. What I do is never in vain. Sometimes this feeling tears me apart. My life's been extraordinary. Sifting thoughts through my thoughts, I get lost in them. In the darkness, where there is no light, I can't find my way out home. My life belongs to the past, and people give false promises. I'm going in many different directions. What am I supposed to do now? Can you help me get through, as I'm only here for a short while? You offer me everything, I'm so grateful. I'm a kaleidoscope of thoughts, my mind's so mesmerised. I'm so tired and I have to go. I'm left in the melee, my mind's a kaleidoscope with self-doubt. I'm so mesmerised and I have to go. Come on, a moment. So I'm not organised. They're watching you, you know they're watching you, from your ivory towers. The only thing they keep saying is, they're watching you. Oh God, no, I hope it's not Nazi Germany, while they're waving their flags quite high. The only thing they keep on saying is, they're watching you, and go sit on a naughty chair, and go sit on a naughty seat. That's all you ever hear them say. There's a pointer system to tell you how well you're doing. No one can say, no one can know what's going on. And in the higher mind of the system, or the higher laws of mankind, bring on the naughty chair, bring on the naughty seat, and your ivory towers. Fall for love. See your love expounding, your vibrating lights. Ask for another take in the divine gardens of delights. Everyone wants cowbells and a bit of aloe vera. You talk to me about parallel universes. It's in this time you thought and think. Don't you think this world is good enough? Some more relent, don't regret, some more invent other worlds. I know this world is good enough. For you and your discontent. But discontent is not enough. I know this world in itself is not enough for you. I know this world is good enough, it's good enough for me. How about you? And the nano dream carries on. Happy accident. I made by accident. I never give no pain. Whatever you want, I will pay, I will find a way. Because we are made of stars. You wanted to put the needle in so it would hit the vein. This made me bleed. It tracks off my tears, didn't bother me. Because we are made of stars. That's what we are made of, stars. Watching over you, I'm in the midnight shadows. I'm the one remaining. You cannot cage what is already free. I have no mental bars to hold me. I ask a lot. In the distant echoes, I leave this as a mystery. I have no mind, and you can see my mind. You cannot cage what is already free. Through loneliness and will, you let yourself be caged. This is the system, from the cradle to the grave. No bars, no rules, no fools. I say again, no bars, no rules, no fools. Once more, no bars, no rules, no fools. The system doesn't always win. The system doesn't always win. The system doesn't always rule. As you know, we're so cool. Tongue of tribes. I plucking straws, while plucking straws, while plucking straws, while plucking straws. Tongues of tribes were discovered from away out Mountain View, from a mountainside, where the streams of time flow and flow and flow and flow and flow, where the wind blows and blows and blows and blows, independently, quietly askew, independently, quietly askew. Me, while I left silently, me while I left silently, and the tongues of the tribes were discovered in time again, independently surmised and surmised once more. And the tribes kept on writing and writing and writing and writing, and the tribes kept on writing and writing and writing, while I wiped a teardrop, while I wiped a tear away from my eye. Bite the bullet. Bite the bullet. You hold a gun to our heads. You hold a gun to our heads. You hold a gun to our heads, thinking we will give in. Get us on our knees. Get us on our knees. Get us on our knees. Expect us to pray to our gods. Expect us to pray to our gods, our gods, our gods, our gods, for our daily bread, and forgive us our sins. But for those that trespass against us, for those that trespass against us, for those that trespass against us, we in ourselves have nothing to lose, nothing to lose, nothing to lose, nothing to lose. Go back to the higher ones. I may not know God, but I know His mother. I may not know God, but I know His mother. I may not know God, but I know His mother. I may not know God, but I know His mother. I may not know God, but I know His mother. I may not know God, but I know His mother. I've lived my life and had some fun. I've lived my life and had some fun. I've lived my life and had some fun. And 2 days are never the same, as you can guess. So it's folly if you think differently. I'm not constant with my thoughts. I'm not constant with my thoughts. I'm not constant with my thoughts or beliefs. Or beliefs. Or beliefs. I say make hay while the sun shines. I say make hay while the sun shines. I say make hay while the sun shines. Wild, wild west. You ask me about fame, I have enough fame. You ask me about fortune, I have enough fortune. I have the dream, I have the vision, I know the joke. The vision may change, the vision may alter, but the dream in itself remains the same. I have friends who had the dream, but not the vision. I didn't know the joke. Some are lost in their dreams, some are lost and jaded. Some have gone to higher places, higher forms, high lives. Some have moved further on. If only they had scratched the surface, they would have found pure gold. Some have told me their master plan to get an orange van called Rascal. Fame seduces, fame seduces, fame seduces, fame seduces the soul. The promises of fortune and fame. Promises of fortune and fame. Promises of fortune and fame. And failure is a social disease, and failure is a social disease. And failure is a social disease. Remember this one now. And failure is a social disease. Looking through the dustbins for celebrity bones. Looking through the dustbins for celebrity bones. Looking through the dustbins for celebrity bones. With a fine tooth comb, a fine tooth comb, a fine tooth comb. And gangsters offer opportunity for success. And gangsters offer opportunity for success. Gangsters offer opportunity for success. With temptation of sin, an ego grows fat with self-worth. An ego grows fat with self-worth. And temptation, and temptation, and temptation. My master plan is to get an orange van called Rascal. This free-ring circus, this free-ring circus, this free-ring circus. Where people jump hoops and then ask you how high. Where people jump hoops and ask you how high. People ask you how high, how high, how high. Once upon a time in the wild, wild west. Once upon a time in the wild, wild west. Once upon a time in the wild, wild west. Looking at the universe. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. Looking at the universe. Only looking at the universe. Man's betrayal. Man's betrayal. Man's betrayal is another truth. Looking at the universe. Looking at the universe. You call this justice or retribution. Call this justice or retribution. Just looking at the universe. The truth is dying, the truth is dead. Another bomb exploding. You can call this justice, you can call it retribution.